Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration.
I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you are not doing well, I am happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. So this pick a card reading is a channeled message and predictions. Whatever it is that you need to know when it comes to your current situation, like whatever is on your mind, like basically think of whatever it is that, is on your mind at the moment and pick a pile or also just like see what message comes out for you. So we have 3 groups, and group number 1, lamb, group number 2, tiger, group number 3, bee energy. So you guys take your time, pause the video if you have to, and let's get into your reading. Hello, group number 1. You guys selected the lamb energy. And before I shuffled the spirit animal cards, the lamb card had popped out. I shuffled the cards real good to select the 3 different groups, and the lamb was the first card to pop out again. So what's coming to mind is basically you guys are like destiny is calling when it comes to like what's going on in your life right now and the path that you're on. And to me, surrender is what's coming to mind when it comes to the path that you're on and what's happening in your life. I say surrender because it's like imagine you're like floating on the ocean and the tides are coming in and the tides are pulling your boat or whatever floating device you're on, and it's pulling it in a certain direction. So it's like even if you had paddles to paddle in another direction, it would be useless. You'll just be wearing yourself out, overwhelming yourself, stressing yourself out. So to me, just relax and go with the flow. For the fact that the lamb card popped out before I even, shuffled the cards, and then it was the first card to come out, I feel like you're on the right path and there's nothing that you can do to like throw off the path that you're on and what is happening and what needs to happen. I feel like you guys have asked for something, and what it is that you've asked for is being delivered to you, and this is like the infancy stage. It's like a very infant, like basically for what's like sensitive, delicate stage of like this the process. You know what I mean? This is a very delicate stage of the process. And the only thing you could do right now is to just be still. The only thing you could do right now is to just be patient. It goes back to the floating on the ocean situation scenario. It doesn't make sense to work yourself up, get overwhelmed, or any of that. Just go with the flow of the process. Like soon you'll see, why all of this was necessary when it comes to everything that led you up to this, this very moment. So I'm going to be selecting 4 cards. And with the 4 cards, the first one is going to reflect like your energy. The second is the area of your life that needs your focus. The third is challenges. And the 4th is blessings. So I need to also add some astro dice to this reading. I just want the number because I want to see like area of your life. Okay, wow, interesting. All right. The number 11 came up for the 11th house. So with the first card, the World card, dealing with your energy, I feel like you guys are in a space where it's like, you know that feeling when you feel like something big is about to happen and you can't quite like put your finger on it. You just feel like, you know, something massive is about to happen, or some kind of a shift, or something is going to happen in your life where it's like it's going to be a lot different from where it is now and what's happening now. And also too, with the World card showing up for your energy, this could also show that like you're open for more, you're open for adventure. You know, you want to see the world. It could be literally that you want to travel and you want to see the world. You've been saying to yourself, like, you know, I need to get out more. I need to do more. Or to me, with the World card energy, could be that like you're so well traveled when it comes to knowledge and the things that you're learning. And, you know, it's time for you to like really put that out there and express that. And the Queen of Wands energy shows up when it comes to the area of your life. And for the area of your life, we have the 11th house, the number 11. And the 11th house deals with friend groups, friendship connections, and also to humanity, our service to the world. And when I look at this overall energy, say, of you dealing with the World card, and then the Queen of Wands energy here when it comes to, say, the area of your life, I feel like with the Queen of Wands energy, like, so the Queen is introspective energy where we harness energy from within. Wands is action-oriented energy. And when I think of the Queen of Wands, I think of someone who is very strategic with action. And like, you know, someone who is action-oriented, but every step is like calculated to a certain extent. You know, where say the Queen of Swords is more introspective and, you know, very calculated to a certain extent when it comes to every word that's said. But with this energy with the Queen of Wands, to me, this is like when it comes to taking action. And, you know, when it comes to, say, challenges, we have the Wheel of Fortune here in the reversal position. So when it comes to where you are right now in your life, you might feel like luck is not on your side. You might feel like it's not fair. You might feel like, you know, why does things like take so long for me? Why does it seem like it has to be so hard for me? And when it comes to the blessings, it's the Knight of Wands in the reversal position. So with the Knight of Wands in the reversal position for blessings, this is giving me the feeling that like, you know, it's the vibe where it's like, say you weren't able to go out with your friends and, you know, you heard that something bad happened when they all went out and you were mad that you couldn't go, but like now you see why you were held back. I feel like this is reflecting that same kind of energy. All this right here, it's like you're so ready to do something. You're so ready to like make something happen already. And it feels like the universe is like holding you back. It feels like, you know, you're being restricted from something. And I feel like I want to let you know, it's not that you're being restricted from anything. It is just that it's not timing. It's like divine timing is something that you're working on. Like, believe it or not, like everything is already set up and in place to receive you, but it's all about the timing. Pay attention to the synchronicities that you might be experiencing when it comes to dreams and even numbers. Like this tile right here is bringing me to an experience that I had when I was moving to California, all the way across the country. I didn't even have a place to live yet, or even get a hotel room for the day that I was getting there. Basically, my intuition told me to just go, and when I get there, all of that stuff will be presented to me. And I did just that. And I'm glad, because it's like, say if I had, you know, rented a hotel while I was still, you know, before I got to California, I probably would have rented like a hotel room for a month because I didn't have an apartment yet. And, you know, the practical mind is thinking that's how much time I would have needed, when no, I didn't even need that. Like basically I only needed a hotel room for one night, because the next day I found something, a really nice apartment, and, you know, was able to get the keys and start moving in that same day. So it just goes to show, like, you know, I just was told to trust the process and trust it. And I feel like that's something that you guys are also being called to do. It's like to trust the process. You know, something about your current situation requires patience and you're ready to go, but it's like certain things are being prepared for you. You know what I mean? The creator is preparing people and situations for you. Where for me, if I didn't call that place the time that I did, you know, if I didn't call them the time that I did, like basically I would have missed out where I was calling them before and they said they had nothing available. But I had a dream leading up to it and my apartment number was a part of the dream and everything. And the dream was telling me like basically when to make my move. So like I said, pay attention to your dreams, premonitions, and everything. And when it comes to say spirit animal card, the bat energy is showing up for you. And to me, the bat is talking about being able to see in the dark and kind of distancing yourself from distractions so that your inner world, your intuition can speak to you clearly. And with the starfish energy showing up on this side of the reading, tying into your energy in the area of your life, I feel like you guys are about to step into a point in your life where major recognition and attention is going to come with that. So basically right now what you're experiencing is the calm before the storm. It's that kind of vibe. And when I say storm, it doesn't necessarily mean anything negative or bad. Over the years, I've learned to just trust those quiet moments, trust those still times whenever they happen, because, you know, whenever it's a moment for me to be still or reflect, instead of being still and reflecting, I'll find myself like getting into other things only for things to pick up. And then I got to drop those other things and go back over to the main thing and then be exhausted because instead of resting, I was busy trying to like do everything else from a place of fear, not even a place of inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So basically for you guys with the lamb energy coming out, be patient, be still, trust the process. Like stillness is what's required of you. And like, yeah, with your energy, with the world energy, to me, I love how diverse you are. I love how flexible you are. Like you guys give me the kind of vibe of like, say a person who would speak multiple languages, and not even just multiple languages, is like a jack of all trades kind of person, or someone who is well versed on multiple topics. Something about the way how you conduct yourself makes you very diverse and someone who could relate to like a bunch of different things. You know, that's something that's standing out for you when it comes to say this reading. And looking at the cards on the board when it comes to energy. Yeah, when it comes to this group, I just see the importance of just being still, like being still. And something is coming up too about like, you know, meditation and practicing meditation more. Like, I don't know, like say some of you has strong number 7 energy, birthday 7, life path 7, 7th month. The number 7 to me in numerology deals with the nerves. So I feel like when it comes to this group, if you're someone who's into caffeine is not your friend, or say foods that are like fake sugars and things that are overstimulating. I feel like something about like those like caffeine type of beverages, or even like the sugar, fake sugar. And I say fake sugar, meaning to me, real sugar is fruit. So something about, it's like I'm getting the feeling of a burnout. It's like a nerve burnout though. And I say nerve burnout because it's like, imagine every day getting up and drinking a Red Bull, and you know, the heart is constantly in that excited state, which isn't natural to the body. And just something about veins, like something about the veins keeps standing out, which brings me back to like nerves and some kind of like say nerve damage that could be caused from like overstimulation from say certain kind of foods that are overly stimulating, coffees or certain energy drinks. Like you don't need them and like they're not good for you. And I'm feeling something like with the breathing, like say causing short of breath or something with the breathing. But like, yeah, overall though, when I look at your message, you're just being called to be still. Like to me, it's like, say if you're waiting on an answer, like you're not someone who's easily forgotten. You won't be overlooked because the sheep energy popped up twice, before it came out. Well, the first time while I was, basically getting the cards together, and then it came out now. So it popped up twice. So this tells me that you won't be forgotten. So if you fill out some kind of application, like, they can't overlook you. They have to see you. They can't overlook you. They have to see you, and just trust the process, in the sense like you might get a no, but then you will get a yes. It's that kind of situation. As like I mentioned, the kid who's not able to go to the party and then heard that something bad happens, and then realized that, wow, like, oh my God, it's a good thing that I didn't go to the party. It's that kind of energy that I'm getting from this. So something may seem or appear to be a disappointment, and it's actually not a disappointment. It was actually something protecting you, so trust the delays. And, when it comes to, say, you guys, when it's something about friend groups and friend connections, it's what is really standing out when it comes to this. And to me, like, I'm just seeing networking, also something about networking and just like connections, and how those connections will be beneficial. I feel like some of you guys might feel like you're invisible because of like your demeanor and the way you carry yourself, but like your work speaks for itself. Your work and what it is that you offer speaks for you. It's like, it takes me back to the saying where TD Jakes talks about the gift and the gifted, how our gifts can take us places, where it's like the gift and the gifted is two different things, or it's like a person's gift can take them big places where the person might be too immature to go, so this is where a person's gift can, like, change their lives. But if a person hasn't done the proper work on themselves, they can ruin all of these opportunities. Where I feel like when it comes to you guys are very laid back, chilled kind of people, but at the same time, hardworking, ambitious, and reliable for a good amount of you. So to me, it's like something that you offer, something that you do. You might feel like you're overlooked or people don't see you, but that's not true. It's just a matter of time, and the delays that you've been experiencing or perceiving as misfortune or bad luck, soon you'll see why all of that was necessary. Group number 1, such a pleasure reading for you. If you'd like to book a tarot card reading or get your natal chart read, that link is in the description box below. If you'd like to learn more about Patreon and the exclusive contents, book club, or meetup that happens there, that link is also in the description box below. If you're still here with me, I'd love to hear about it. Please let me know by dropping me a red heart in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you.
Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Hello, group number 2. So you guys selected the tiger energy. And the tiger energy is coming out and telling me the importance of like not blending in. Like, right now is not a time for you to blend in. Right now it's a time for you to be bold, and a time for you to use your intuition to guide you as you take step forward being bold. And when I say take steps forward and being bold, to me, this is being confident about what it is that you have to offer, being confident about like, you and what it is that you're capable of. When I say being bold, I'm not talking about like us in relation to other people, meaning like the need to compete or show off or any of that. To me, it's being bold in the sense that if today was your last day and you were asked if you allowed yourself to completely be free, would that answer be yes? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking bold that way, bold enough to live your life according to your own terms, bold enough to pursue all the things that have been, like the things that matter to you, the things that have been on your mind. And yeah, with the tiger energy coming up, I'm just, sensing the need for that boldness, the need for being more assertive. Being more assertive is something that's definitely coming up. And to me, asserting yourself in whatever area of your life that is coming to mind right now. I feel like not asserting yourself is probably the reason for like a lot of like confusion and disappointment, in the sense that you might have interest when it comes to, say, a thing or even a person, but like your actions seem a bit like uninterested. You know what I mean? Your actions seem like it's like aloof, like you don't really want to be there. You don't really care for this, that, or the next. And it's not even that for most people. It's probably shyness, if anything. But that shyness, you know, or insecurities is read as, you know, as if you don't want to be here, as if you don't want to be bothered, as if something is beneath you, you know, and it's like time for you to like, basically, like, yeah, put some assertion in things. If you like someone, come out and tell the person that you like them, that you care about them, that they're important to you. Like, you have nothing to lose from telling them that. Even if they don't feel the same way, at least you know that you came out and you said what it is that you needed to say. Like, you know, apply for the thing you've always wanted to apply for. You know, take action on that thing that's been on your mind that you've been talking yourself out of or holding yourself back. It doesn't matter what happens as long as you know that you did everything in your power to create that experience for yourself. So I'm going to be selecting 4 cards. And I've already pre-shuffled the cards, but I just wanted to like shuffle them up a little bit on camera for you guys. Okay, the first card represents your energy. The second card is area of your life to focus your attention on. The third card is challenges. And the fourth card is blessings. So, wow, okay. So I say wow, okay, because this house showed up again for the last one. Yeah. So when it comes to, say, your overall energy is focused on like getting some, it's like say someone is working hard on saving money. That's something that's coming up for this energy. Someone that's working hard on saving, or basically working hard on some kind of a cycle or some kind of a process within their lives. It's like someone is trying to achieve something tangible. And in order to achieve that thing, it's like, you know, you're hard to work and just focus when it comes to this thing that it is that you're trying to create, this thing that you're trying to make happen. So to me, it's like, I think of like, say, the infinity number, the number 8 turned sideways, the infinity sign, dealing with systems and cycles and things like that. I also think about like the number 8 energy dealing with, say, tunnel vision. So I feel like right now when it comes to, say for example, if you've been working on a relationship or a connection or something with someone, I'm getting the feeling that it's like, say you get up every day and you keep doing whatever you think your part is when it comes to this relationship, this connection or whatnot, or you might be doing things that you feel like a person should like, things that might make a person feel special. And even though those things possibly would make a person feel special, those aren't things that would make that specific person feel special. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. Like, I'm getting the feeling of being so like numb or detached to a certain extent from the reality of what is. It's like a person who like does kind deeds for the person that they care about. And those kind deeds are like, great, it's amazing, but at the same time, that isn't something that that person sees as something that's important to them. You know what I mean? It's like, say, for example, if I was going to get you a gift, and instead of just getting you something random, I do my homework, observe you, and see like, okay, what do you actually like? Or even come out and ask you. You know what I mean? So when I get you a gift now, because it's something that you actually wanted, even if you didn't come out and say it, but I did my research and find out that, like, you know, this is something you actually wanted, you're going to receive it totally different. You know, so to me, when it comes to say this group, I feel like you're so like focused on working on something. But to me, I get someone that's like a bit disconnected when it comes to like the soul of a thing. It's like someone stepping into like a robotic vibe or a robotic, like basically, yeah, it's like being more robotic than anything, and just doing the process over and over again, like doing a process but not really checking in to see like how you feel about what it is that you're doing, or how the person feels about what it is that you're doing. If you're doing it for a person, it's like that kind of situation. It's like the person who has to write a paper, and it's like you're writing the paper, but like you're not writing the paper from a place of like personal experience. And even if you've never experienced this thing that, you know, that the paper is about, it's like you didn't even try to like put yourself in the shoes of like the person, you know, on the paper or whatever. Or like basically to me, a lacking of empathy. Like I don't know what happened, but I feel like when it comes to this group, it's like the feeling of just being so detached. Like I get big time detached feeling when it comes to this group, and it's like so detached to the point where it's like numb to a lot of things. And that might be for some people like a way of protecting themselves, from like things that may have happened in the past, or things that they're afraid that could happen. And I feel like with that kind of energy, it's like you guys are kind of like stagnating yourself in place, like causing yourself to be stuck in stuck, where it's like, say you're looking for something to be elevated or evolve. It's like, I feel like the mindset is what's like causing the stagnation here. It's like, you know, you're getting up every day and you're doing what it is that you think you should be doing. But it's like, you think you should be doing it, but not take the time to like research to see if this is what's necessary for right now. It's like that's something that's also coming up when it comes to say this group. And like, yeah, the energies that I'm picking up, it's like, to me, it's like someone that's kind of checked out and like numb themselves out. And it's like the tiger energy here is like saying it's time for you to come out of that mind space, come out of that energy. So it's like when it comes to the Sun card being in the position of the area of your life that needs your focus, the number 11 comes up for that. And the number 11 deals with like, say, friend groups, humanity, humanitarianism, and just, friends, the different groups that you associate yourself with. And when it comes to, say, you guys who selected this pile, to me, you guys are like the type of people that might be a part of a group, and it's like you probably don't speak much or don't engage much. It's almost like people watching vibe. It's like the person that, like, say if it's like a Zoom like gathering, you probably wouldn't be the person who come on camera or wouldn't be the person who ever speaks. You know what I mean? It's like some kind of a fear or insecurity about putting oneself out there in front of other people. And I think this comes back to the fear of rejection. I feel like when it comes to this group, like you guys have experienced rejection like everybody else, but it's like it hits you so hard to the point where it's almost like you don't want to put yourself in the position to get disappointed the way how you've gotten disappointed before. And the issue with that is that it's restricting you. It's holding you back. It's restricting you and it's holding you back. It's causing you to blend in with the wallpaper and nothing exciting is happening. So it's like you guys might feel like people tend to overlook you and people never really hear you, this, that, and the next. But I feel like your interactions with other people is a reflection of how you see yourself. Like, I feel like a lot of you guys who pick this pile, for whatever reason, don't see yourself as someone who has anything interesting to say, or don't see yourself as someone who has so much value to offer. And it's like, you know, you show up and you do things, and say someone compliments you. Like, I get the feeling that the compliment could make, you know, basically your response to the compliment can make things awkward, because to a certain extent, it's almost like calling someone a liar for seeing like great things in you, because like you don't see these things in yourself. With the Queen of Swords showing up in the challenging position, I feel like for some of you guys probably had a dominant feminine person in your life that was very like harsh when it comes to their opinions and when it comes to the way how they chose to either parent or guide you. And those straight to the point, direct ways of communicating may have perceived to be harsh, cruel, or even like damaging. And I feel like from that, like that gets in the way of like how like you put yourself out there. It's almost like to me that the critical person that you experienced growing up is like that became your inner voice, where it's like, you know, everything you do, you might say, oh, I sound so stupid. Oh, this looks so stupid, or this is so dumb. It's like that kind of inner world, inner conversation. But the blessings, when it comes to say like, you know, overall energy, I feel like the blessings come down to like you being someone who is like, how would I put this? Basically, the blessings comes like from the experiences that you've been through, from everything you've been through, everything that's happened. I feel like you're someone who thinks before you speak. I feel like that's the blessing when it comes to like everything based on what it is that you've been through. You see why it's important, how words could be dangerous, and why it's important to think before you speak. I'm just going to use all these cards that came out. Okay, so the dragon energy came out, spider, and zebra. So when it comes to say the message for you, to me, looking at the dragon energy and the eye of the dragon, I think of this, the thick skin of the dragon, and the thick skin of the dragon is telling me to remind yourself that nothing is personal. And I know it's easier said than done, but every time you have a moment or an experience that might seem like disrespectful or something that should normally bother you, ask yourself, like, you know, basically say to yourself, this moment is what I make it. What will I make of this? It's like I was at the grocery store the other day and the cashier just totally like walked off to go do something else and didn't fully like tell me like, hey, I'll be back. This is what I gotta do. Like she just walked off. And I could see the old me taking offense to that and even feel like, oh, it's because of this reason or that reason why she would treat me like that. I bet if it was this person, that person, or the next, she wouldn't do this, that, or the next. And I just saw myself like coming up with all these different scenarios in my mind. And I simply corrected all of it by saying this moment means whatever I say it means. And I chose for it to not mean anything. Like, I don't know what was going on with her or why she needed to walk away the way she did, but it didn't have to mean anything to me. And I saw myself wanting to make it mean something and getting ready to make it mean something, but I stopped myself from allowing it to mean anything. You know what I mean? Anything negative that was going to disrupt my day, because her actions weren't a reflection of me. It had everything to do with her, and I didn't need to be self-centered or self-absorbed and make it about me and make it be some kind of an attack towards me or some reason for me to be offended. The spider energy showing up here to me talks about like the importance of like making your next move your best move, the importance of weaving your web properly, the importance of the decisions that you're making moving forward. It's like, ask yourself, do I need to buy this thing, that thing, or the next? You know, especially if it's not something that is like important. Do I really need to buy this? Do I really need to buy that? It's like that kind of process. And also too, your relationships with people, your relationships are a currency. People are a currency. So to me, this is where you have to like become aware of how you're showing up. Ask the people in your life to be honest with you, to tell you how you're showing up so that you can, you know, basically challenge yourself to do better. You know what I mean? Because this is the kind of situation where it's like I mentioned, you might be interested in someone or something, but your whole energy and vibe is saying otherwise. And if a person doesn't have the ability to reflect and not make it about them, they can easily assume that like, oh, you're not interested or you don't like them, when that's far from the case. The zebra energy is showing up, and I'm looking the similarities between the zebra and the tiger and the whole third eye. So the zebra energy is showing up and telling me that you need to allow yourself to stand out. You need to allow yourself to be seen by others. It's like, for whatever is happening right now in your life, like attention is being pulled, like basically you're pulled into some kind of a limelight or pulled into some kind of extra attention more than you're used to. And you got to get out of your head and allow yourself to stand out and not worry about what other people think of you, because other people's opinion of you has nothing to do with you and has everything to do with their own imagination and how they're filtering you through based on, you know, where they're at in their life on their journey right now. Group number 2, such a pleasure sharing this with you. If you're still here with me, I'd love to hear about it. Please let me know by dropping me a orange heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you.
Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Hello, group number 3. So you guys selected the B energy. What came to mind immediately from looking at this is whistle while you work. I don't know why, but like, yeah, the energy just shifted when I came to your card. And whistle while you work, to me, this is because like, I feel like you guys have been like either extremely focused on something or busy working really hard. And it's like you need to incorporate a balance of working, of playing along with the working. Or say you've been focused on like making something happen. This is also saying you need to step away from whatever it is that you've been focused on for a little bit so you could gain a new perspective and bring fresh energy back to it. I feel like you guys have been very focused on something lately, even if it's focused on like trying to make your situation better. Balance is needed. Like I think of, say, when I'll go into those moments when I want to just hoard my like I just want to save. I feel like this energy is saying no, you need to also spend, because money is an energy and it needs to flow out and flow back in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's something that's coming out big time for this group, the importance of allowing the energies to like flow. And the dice that came out for you guys is the number 5. And basically it's for the area of your life. And the number 5, the 5th house, talks about passion. The 5th house talks about children. The 5th house talks about romance and how you choose to reward yourself. And with the B energy, again, to me, this is just calling you to play more. This is calling you to have more fun. If you thought you was already having more fun, then you need to have some more fun. Like basically that's what's coming out for you guys. And also too, when it comes to passion, something about linking your passion into your work, like basically tying in more passion into whatever it is that you're doing. So when it comes to, say, your energy is justice. And with justice showing up having to do with your energy, I feel like you guys are in a it's like you guys are in a serious mind space. Like the bee showed up and your energy feels like so much more lighter, playful. But the justice card here to me is like basically you are in a serious mind space. One where you're trying to get your life in order. You're trying to get your ish together. And, you know, keep going, keep doing whatever it is that you're doing. But also to make some time for fun, make some time for romance, because the death card comes up in the area of your life. And to me, 5th house is romance. It's fun, it's pleasure, it's excitement, it's passion, it's how we reward ourselves. And to me, with the death card showing up here, this says like the way how you used to reward yourself, the things you used to find pleasure and excitement in, like basically something about that needs to come to an end. Like, yeah, like to me, I feel like when it comes to this group, like you guys need to plan some kind of a vacation or plan some kind of a quick road trip, or plan something where it's like you take yourself somewhere nice and allow yourself to like enjoy the fruits of your labor. Allow yourself to like, you know, basically like allow some more sweetness into your life. That's something that's coming out. And the challenges for you guys is paranoia. And paranoia in the sense that like maybe say a lot of you guys who selected this pile probably came from, you know, stuff was probably recently rough, and it's like, you know, like you don't want to ever get back to that place. Or maybe like, you know, growing up, like you guys were poor, you guys had it hard, and it's like you won't even, it's like, to me, it's like that vibe when they say sleep is for suckers. No, like basically sleep is for healthy people. Sleep is for people who want to enjoy their success and their wealth. And when it comes to say like overall blessings, to me, the blessings for you is like the Fool card in the reverse. So the Fool card in the upright position talks about taking chances and trusting one's intuition. When the Fool card is in the reversal position, I feel like this is being more calculated about certain things. And I feel like the blessings for you is that no one will be able to take you for a fool, because you guys just don't play that. With the Justice energy, the Death energy, to me, I feel like you guys take yourselves way too serious. If anything, I feel like you guys can delay manifestation because you're way too practical about how things should happen. It's like I'm getting strong Earth energy here for you guys who selected this pile. Earth and air energy. Yes, Earth and air energy. And the reason why I'm saying Earth and air energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, 6th house, or Venus or Mars, Jupiter, is because like, yeah, the practicality of this, to the point where it's like the thought of like taking time off like makes you paranoid. It's like I think of the person that's afraid that like someone else might come along and steal their position, someone else might come along and steal their place. And it's like, if that's the case, then it wasn't yours to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't allow fear to cause you to like, yeah, don't allow fear to cause you to miss out on all that life has to offer. And when it comes to say the spirit animal cards that come up for you, the raccoon energy is here dealing with, say, your energy. And the raccoon energy is nocturnal energy. And also, too, to me, the raccoon energy talks about like being calculated, because I look at how the raccoon is hiding itself to a certain extent. And when it comes to, say, this group, I feel like, yeah, you guys are very calculated. When it comes to everything that you do, like safety is extremely important when it comes to this group. I also get people with big ambition, big dreams, and it's like you are working hard when it comes to these big dreams, these things that you're trying to achieve. And with the black egg energy showing up here for the blessings, I feel like you guys are about to give birth to a lot of like basically your hard work is going to pay off. Your hard work is going to pay off. And the way how to amplify that energy is to like, you know, balance out the energy. It's like justice is here, more balance. And when I say more balance, I mean adding more fun to your life, adding more fun to your world. And not that fun is work. Like I have Capricorn in the 5th house, so I'm passionate about working. I'm passionate about business, but not just any kind of work. Like I like to be productive. Like I like to feel like I'm like achieving some kind of goal or something. And I had to learn like that's not fun. Like, yes, it's fun to me, but at the same time, like, you know, I think of like my moon and what my moon needs. And actually what's fun to me is like going on adventures and watching certain animated videos and, you know, getting to like, you know, stuff that speaks to my inner child. Like those are the things that are fun. And I feel like, you know, when it comes to say this group, like you're being encouraged to search yourself to find out like what it is that you consider to be fun. Exactly, because you need more fun in your life, because that fun, childlike, creative energy that you're not allowing yourself to tap into because you're taking things way too serious and probably even afraid of missing out. Like I think of how when we turn on YouTube and social media, so many ads about becoming a millionaire, so many ads about becoming rich and successful. And it's so easy to like fall into it. It's so easy to get distracted by it. It's so easy to waste money on it. And I feel like when it comes to this group, like you guys are so focused when it comes to some kind of achievement towards like you got your head down and it's like no distractions. And it's good that you're not allowing distractions into your life, but you do need more time for fun. You do need to reward yourself more. And when it comes to say rewarding yourself more, like be careful, because for the longest I would reward myself in ways that would end up like distracting me from the bigger picture. What I mean by that is the way how I would reward myself, like I would go and just eat all this stuff that I have no business, that I'm too tired, and then for days like I'm not as productive as I could be because of the choice of food that I had. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? So it's like, pay attention to how you choose to reward yourself, but you do need to reward yourself more, because stepping into like that childlike expressive energy, or even make room for more romance and romantic connection, that's going to even make you more creative and, you know, inspire other things or ideas that you have going, because it'll improve your vision some way or the next. And at the same time too, I feel like it'll show life that, like, you know, it'll help life to help you to create more of those kind of experiences, because we manifest through emotion. So it's like, if you're happy, life is going to give you more to be happy about. So that's why you want to tie into that happy, childlike, expressive energy when it comes to, you know, what it is that you're doing. And with the black egg, to me, it talks about how, like, you gotta be clear about seasons and know what season you're in. When I say be clear about seasons and know what season you're in the sense that with the black egg, to me, I think of like, say, a seed beneath the soil and it's in the darkness and photosynthesis is happening while it's there. And while we're above land, like we're seeing nothing is happening until that stem pokes through the soil. So when I look at the black egg, I just feel like you guys are manifesting great things, major things, and not even just what like you can think of that you're currently working on. I feel like certain things were sparked behind the scene, you know what I mean? And it's like there's a fire blazing underneath the surface, and before you know it, it's like, wow, like your life is like impacted based on the past work that you've been doing. But in order for you to bring in and activate some more of what needs to come into your world, it's like you need to allow yourself to step away and take a deep breath, step away, take a walk, step away, you know, take yourself somewhere nice, you know, for a second, so that you can give things the time that it needs to develop into what it needs to develop into. You know, it's like, I love your hands-on approach, but I feel like to a certain extent that could sometimes disrupt something where it's like, you know, a break, a pause, a little bit of distance is necessary to allow things to evolve or develop into what it is developing into. Group number 3, I really love your reading, because I feel like you guys are onto something and very close to making something major happen, something that's major to you. And I keep saying the importance of stepping away, because I feel like you being in a happy energy will help you to manifest more happiness, and will just make this new thing have even more of a powerful impact as it enters into your world. You guys, I'm super excited for you. Like I mentioned, like if you'd like to book a tarot card reading or natal chart reading, those links are in the description box below. If you'd like to learn more about the exclusive content, book club, and meetup that happens on Patreon, that link is also in the description box below. If you're still here with me, I'd love to hear about it. Please let me know by dropping me a yellow heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you.
Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.